What's going on, guys? This is Christian with LPT Realty, and Hurricane Ian is on the way. It is right now hovering over Cuba, doing tons of damage, and so we're just praying for those people over there. We're praying for everyone who's going to be affected by this hurricane. And if you saw one of my most recent videos about the weather, I spoke specifically about hurricanes, and it's one of the things that we do have to deal with in Florida, unfortunately. We are lucky here down in Palm Beach County that it is farther west, and we're not going to get a direct hit. We're probably going to get a lot of wind, some rain, a lot of rain and gusts, but we're not going to get the brute force of this hurricane. It is veering farther north, and obviously it's going to hit the west coast of Florida. But if you've been thinking about moving to Florida, thinking about moving to South Florida, specifically Palm Beach County, I want to give you some tips when there is a hurricane. Maybe you're already living here and this is your first hurricane that you're experiencing. So there's a few things you need to know, right? Number one is make sure you have enough water. This is super important. Why? Because you will be losing electricity, right? So make sure you purchase enough bottled water to last your family at least 3 days. And people say half a gallon to a gallon. I would suggest get a gallon of water per day for each person. So if you're a family of 3, minimum that you should be having is 9 gallons, 1 gallon for each person a day. Number 2 is gasoline. You want to make sure that your car is full of gas. Reason being is because first, everyone's going to be filling up their gas tanks, and you don't want to be left with gas. And then also, if you do need to evacuate the area that you are at, you could go ahead and do so freely without having to stop for gas, and you could just exit safely and in a timely manner. Also, some people do have generators, so if you are a family that has a generator that keeps electricity going, you're going to want to have gas for your generator to keep the electricity running inside your house. Number 2, store at least 3 to 5 foods, 3 to 5 days of non-perishable foods, peanut butter, tuna, canned beans, things like that, because you are going to be without power unless my refrigerator, we bought a lot of stuff, and me and my wife, we decided we're not going to go grocery shopping this week. Reason being because if it did hit us and we do lose power, the refrigerator's not going to be working, the freezer's not going to be working, and all that meat and all those things are going to get damaged, they're going to spoil, they're going to rot, and I'm going to tell you, it does not smell good. So we've been eating most of the stuff that we actually do have in the house. Next thing, like I said, the refrigerator is not going to be working, so possibly having a cooler on hand to keep some foods cool, right? Fill it up with ice, put maybe your water, if you don't like ice cold water, keep some food in there. Also, a tip with the refrigerator, just don't open it, right? Unless you really have to. Keep it closed to conserve as much of the cold, the cold temperature as possible. Next thing is medications, right? Make sure that you have your medications. Make sure if you're almost empty, make sure that you fill up, because stores will be closed, pharmacies will be closed, and so you do not want to run out of medicine. Quick story, a few years ago, I want to say in 2018, there was a hurricane coming. It did not hit us, it veered. I forgot, my God, I can't remember the name of the hurricane. Me and my daughter both got sick about a day before it was supposed to hit. I mean, I was at 104 fever. My daughter had a fever. She was coughing up. I thought I was gonna die. It was that bad. And luckily, I was able to go to a doctor beforehand, get my medications and everything like that as well. But it's not a good time to be without medications, because you're not going to be able to leave your house, and you're not going to have power. It's going to be hot and muggy inside your house. So make sure that you are stocked up on medications. If you need a refill, go ahead and refill all your medications. That way you are with those when it's needed. Next thing is flashlights, batteries, and a weather radio. Obviously, you're not going to have power. Unless you have a generator, you're not going to have power, and most likely going to have shutters on your windows. And so it's going to be extremely dark inside your house. So you're going to want to have, battery flashlights, there's also electrical lanterns that you can go ahead and turn on. That way you could actually see, and then having a weather radio so you know what's going on, because obviously cable's going to be out, TV's going to be out, so you want to have something that you could actually stay up to date with, and know what's actually going on in with the weather and with the hurricane, and to know when it's safe to go out, and when roads are cleared, and when they begin to opening everything back up. Then also disposable items. like I said, electricity is going to be out. You're going to be without water. You're going to be without electricity. So, you know, using plates and stuff is that could be the most reasonable thing to do during a hurricane. So you're going to want paper plates, plastics, and things that are disposable. Make sure you have your diapers for your kids if you have kids, and with that, make sure you have the things that your kids need, whatever age that they're at. It's going to be a hard time, especially if you have little babies. It's going to get hot, so make sure you have things that are going to bring comfort. So have your comfort items. So books, magazines, catch up on your reading. Me and my family, we play a lot of board games, and we make it, to be honest, we make it a family event in reality, because sometimes, you know, if the hurricane's not too bad, you just lose some power, you do get some quality time with your family. So these are a few tips for dealing with a hurricane. I hope this helps. Hope if you're thinking about moving to Florida or you're already here, hopefully this doesn't deter you from moving to South Florida. It's part of it, but for the most part, you know, we do have wonderful weather. Besides, when the hurricane is coming, you can see behind me that it is raining right now. So guys, this is Chris Durham with LPT, preparing for Hurricane Ian, and I'm out.